Hi, my name is Sebastiaan. I'm a former social anxiety disorder sufferer, a social confidence coach, the host of the Social Anxiety Solutions podcast, and the creator of the social confidence community. And have you ever had any of the following challenges? Okay, feeling uncomfortable socially, feeling that you have to impress people, worrying about how you're coming across, having your heart race and having a lump in your throat, unable to speak, your mind blanking out, sweating, blushing, or any of the other common social anxiety symptoms, worrying of people's judgment, believing that you're not good enough, fearing rejection. I could go on for a while. Well, me too. And it's taken me quite a long time to overcome it, but managed to do it. But when I was still suffering from it, it was really hard to deal with it, because you can't really live your life freely if you're dealing with a problem that affects everything. And it definitely affected everything for me. I was living in the Netherlands at the time when I suffered the most, and we're talking about maybe 15 years back, when it really was at its worst, and I would have a blushing problem. So whenever I was the center of attention, I would blush, or whenever they would ask me questions about dating, sex, relationships, attractiveness. Sometimes even when I was confronted, or when I did something wrong publicly and all the attention was on me. So I'd have a blushing problem. I'd be afraid of looking bad socially. I'd be afraid of not coming across cool, or someone one-upping me. I was constantly worried about how I was coming across and what they would be thinking of me and how that would affect my reputation. So I was constantly kind of monitoring how I came across to other people, trying to do everything right, not doing anything wrong. And so I had this persona that I portrayed to other people to try to get their approval, to try to get acceptance and be okay. And that obviously led to a lot of anxiety, and that was really shitty. And then I tried to overcome it, and I've shared this in many other videos, so I'll spare you the story. But long and the short of it is I tried a whole bunch of things: neuro-linguistic programming, forcefully facing my fears. I bought bright red lipstick, smeared it on my lips, circled around my eyes, to do the thing that I was afraid of most, embarrassing myself, starting conversations with people in that way. I approached women, which was absolutely terrifying to do. I purposely got myself rejected, walking up to girls saying, "Hey, you like me, give me your number." Definitely gets you rejected. And it definitely also gave me confidence after doing it about 20 times. But all of those things that I did, those facing your fears things, they didn't give me lasting confidence. A couple of days later, that confidence was gone. I did public speaking, I did affirmations, visualizations, Tony Robbins stuff, all the self-help I could get my hands on. Nothing worked until I found tapping, a psychological form of acupuncture, where you tap with the tips of your fingers on specific acupressure points on the body. It looks really silly, it looks really bizarre, and if you hear this for the first time, you probably think I lost it. And that's also what I thought when I first saw a video of it on YouTube. I thought it's probably a scam, can't be true, this is not for real. But the guy wasn't actually selling anything, and he was just sharing it, saying, "Hey, this worked for me, and it often works where nothing else works." And so I was desperate enough to give it a try. Didn't actually work for me, but I did more research, looked online on forums, asked questions. People are like, "Yes, this is the real deal, changed my life. I overcame my PTSD, my lifelong phobia is gone, my not good enough belief is gone, blah, blah, blah." So I invested in the DVDs. I saw practitioners working with people who had all these severe issues, and you saw EFT tapping practitioners working with them, and I saw the transformation on screen. So I knew that there's something going on here. It has to work for me. Eventually, I went to a workshop myself after months of trying in vain, and there I had my first actual shift of using this technique. And a shortcut story of it is that I worked with the workshop leader who came over because the people that we were practicing with couldn't get any results with me. He asked me a couple of questions about, sex or dating. I didn't have a girlfriend or hadn't had sex in a long time, or something that was like a big secret for me and that I didn't want anyone to know, right? Because I was giving up this front that I was fine, that I was normal, that I was feeling okay, and that I was cool. Yeah, as if. Underneath, definitely not. And so he brought out the insecurity, the shame, the embarrassment, the humiliation, and then he instructed me to start doing that tapping. And as I did, all of the emotions started to dissolve and release. And within a minute or two, I felt like calm, at peace, relaxed, at ease. And I could now talk about what bothered me so much a couple of minutes before without shame, without embarrassment, without humiliation, and I was just free. Like, I felt a physical shift in my body. That heaviness was gone, the heat was gone. It was amazing. I'm like, wow, whatever this is freaking incredible, and I'm gonna use this to overcome my social anxiety. Now, that didn't go as easily. Actually took me years and years and years to overcome it completely, but I could make progress quickly. And so now I'm 34 years old. When I found out about tapping, I was in my early 20s. I think I was 21 at the time, so, do the math. It took me about 3 years of tapping, working with EFT masters. Tapping is kind of like a simplified name for it, or more like the worldly name for it. EFT is what the original name is, but that's a particular way of doing it. It stands for emotional freedom techniques. So I worked with various EFT masters, and when I was 25, I hadn't made enough progress to start coaching myself. And so, I've almost been coaching for 10 years, solely focused on people with social anxiety disorder, how to apply tapping to overcome social anxiety. And, as a result, I now consistently am able to help my clients, my socially anxious clients, release their social anxiety and become socially at ease. And I've been free of anxiety myself for years now, thankfully. And, I'm sharing this message with you. I'm sharing this message with other people so that you can do the same. Now, I'm selling something today, which I don't think I've ever done on my YouTube channel. I've got hundreds of videos, and I'm selling something really amazing. It is a program to release your social anxiety, and the program is called Create Incredible Emotional Control. Learn to tap like a pro for rapid social anxiety relief. Here's what's inside the program. Tapping Mastery. 4 hours of video instruction, plus transcripts and summaries on how to tap like a pro. So you never get stuck anymore. You can create lasting change in your life. A live coaching session. It's a replay, so it's not really live, but watch how I work with a socially anxious client and see how he releases his anxiety on screen. Now, you'll be able to relate to his issues because they're similar to the ones that you're having. How do I know? Because, I've been doing this for 10 years. The issues are very much the same. So you'll benefit by tapping along. So you release some of your issues. You'll learn how to apply the techniques that you learned in Tapping Mastery. And you'll feel inspired to release your own social anxiety. Destroy any limiting belief. Now here you get step-by-step instructions in how to get rid of any negative or limiting belief. For example, I'm not good enough. So your subconscious doesn't see danger anymore when there is none, and you can feel safe socially. Neutralize any negative emotion. Neutralize shame, insecurity, fear, anxiety, guilt, hurt, etc. with these simple steps. Release your bad feelings easily and effectively and unlock your confidence. Acceptance equals success package. Now, accepting yourself and your anxiety is a precondition. It's a necessary thing. It's essential for lasting change. Here in this section, you'll get simple tapping strategies to help you gain acceptance. This is the antidote to getting stuck. All right, and then the crushing anticipatory anxiety package. Tap along with me on screen to release your fear of upcoming social experiences and learn the 5-step approach to banish the fear of becoming anxious and others seeing it. So you stop worrying and you start living. All right, so here we are inside the program. So you have a little welcome, a little workbook, and there's your foundational top tapping training. And it goes into the quick fixes and simple solutions, and it ends with advanced tapping. All right, so there you go. And so you click on one of them, and what happens then? Well, you'll get in there if my internet is working. Yes, of course. And there we are, and there you have the presentation. So you go through this program step by step. It's really very simple and straightforward. Start here, go there, go here, go there, etc. Now the cool thing about this program is that you go through it and you become really proficient at tapping in the right way applied to social anxiety. So you know exactly what to do, what to say, what to focus on, and you no longer get stuck. So you actually can get results, and you can start shedding that social anxiety all by yourself. You don't have to forcefully face your fears and push through things. You can actually release and let go of that problem, which is very empowering. Now, I'm just looking at my screen because there are a couple of things that I specifically want to talk about. And right, why it's different? Well, it's different because this is not like, okay, I'm going to change my thoughts and I'm going to progressively face my fears. Those things, by the way, are good to do, but they won't solve the problem. They just help you think about it in a more helpful way, and they might help you be able to function better. But you'll still have anxiety to deal with, and you need to keep facing your fears all the time to keep your confidence up. So that's not really a solution. With the tapping, you actually look at, all right, so I have anxiety. And anxiety, what it means is my brain is perceiving some kind of a danger, and it's reacting by activating the fight, flight, freeze response. So there's this little part of your brain called the amygdala, which regulates your emotions. And whenever there is a perception of threat, whether that's a real threat, like a bear approaching you, or the threat of emotional pain that comes from rejection, your brain is going to be putting your whole system in survival mode, because it doesn't distinguish between real danger of a tiger attacking you or perceived danger of rejection. It just puts your system in survival mode. So blood goes away from your digestive system into your outer limbs, into your hands, into your legs. Adrenaline gets pumped through your body, so your heartbeat starts to increase, your pupils dilate so that you can scan and see the danger better, and you're optimally prepared to fight as best you can, to fight with all your might that you have, or run as fast as you can, or play dead. So that's actually what anxiety is. What you experience that we've labeled as anxiety is just the activation of the fight, flight, freeze response. Now, the activation of the fight, flight, freeze response only happens because there's a perception of threat, right? If there's no threat, you don't have to activate the survival response. And so the perception of threat is the problem. So that is a result of beliefs. So if you, for example, believe, I'm not good enough, there's something wrong with me, people don't like me, or people don't want me, and I have to be perfect all the time, well, then your brain is perceiving danger a lot of the time, and so you feel anxious a lot of the time. Now, what you can do with the tapping is you can go back to where those beliefs were learned, and even if you don't know exactly where they are, there are ways to uncover it, which I talk about in the program, and guide you to in the program specifically. And even if you don't know exactly what it was, you can still uncover and release them, because these beliefs are just emotionalized thoughts. And so you can get rid of these beliefs by clearing the emotional attachments to them. And when you get rid of the beliefs that were learned, you're not born believing that you're not good enough, right? You learned that through repetitive negative experiences and through life's traumas. When you release these beliefs, the perception of danger is gone. When there's no more perception of danger, there's no more social anxiety. Now, I make it sound as if it's really super simple. That's not the case. It actually requires work over time to progressively decrease your social anxiety. But as you start doing that, you become more and more comfortable with yourself. You become more and more at ease. You feel safer being yourself, sharing yourself with others. And you'll get more and more situations in which you are okay just being you. And it doesn't feel like effort, it's just natural. When there's no anxiety, you can just be yourself. And that's not a matter of social skills. That's a matter of being okay with however you're perceived, because you're okay with you. You accept yourself, you like yourself, you're cool with yourself, and so you expect other people to accept you too. And if they don't, okay, that's their problem. And you actually emotionally are congruent with that kind of thinking. You know, that doesn't just happen with just changing your thoughts. For that, you need to do the emotional work to heal your emotional wounds, deactivate the past so you're no longer reliving the pain from the past, and you can stay in the present and, you know, feel good about yourself and share yourself with others. So that's what the program does. It's a step-by-step thing. First, you learn about tapping, and I give specific examples from former clients so you can relate to their issues. You'll feel inspired by their transformation, and you kind of get the feeling like, wow, okay, this is not that difficult. I can do this too. So now I'm offering Create Incredible Emotional Control to you at a severely reduced rate for a brief period of time. And it's really a great deal. So normally, if you work with me one-on-one, a single session is $250. And there's about 9 hours worth of content in this program. So, you know, my sessions are actually 90 minutes, so that would be about 6 sessions. So it set you back about $1,500. But I'm not even gonna charge you half of a single session, all right? That is until June 10th, 23:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After that, the price goes up. So why do I do this? By the way, it's gonna be $89. $89 for everything. The tapping training, a replay of a live webinar where I coach someone to release some of his social anxiety, where I demonstrate how it works, how to overcome any negative limiting belief, how to neutralize any negative emotion so you never get stuck and you always get the tapping to work for you, how to gain acceptance, how to overcome subconscious resistance, the works. All of that for $89. So it's a really amazing price, but it's gonna go away on June the 10th, 23:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So why do I offer it at a discounted rate right now? Why do I offer this so cheap? You know, just to give you an idea, I did my retreat last April and it was $5,000 per person. So the information that you're getting is really, really incredible, and it really will move the needle for you. You'll be able to start actually releasing your social anxiety. Now I offer this because I want to see a movement where people are actually becoming former social anxiety sufferers that are now socially at ease. Just like some of the other video testimonials that you can see on my channel, Tavan or Salwa, or most recently Zizou. You can make that transformation, but you need to put in the work. Now, price hopefully now is no longer an issue. So you've got until that date that I said that you see in screen right now. Now there's also a really cool bonus that you get for getting it before June the 10th, end of the day. And that is the 3-step formula to transform your social anxiety triggers into rock solid social confidence. And this is an hour-long video that I'll be selling as a standalone product later on. So it'll go after June the 10th. And what's inside here is I help you to use whenever you get triggered as a resource to heal parts of your social anxiety, so that every time you get triggered, yes, it'll be frustrating, yes, it will be difficult, yes, all of that. But once you come home, you can look at, okay, so what actually got triggered? Oh, it's this, that, and the other. Okay, so let me use that to heal that thing from my past, so that next time you're in a social situation and you're in the exact same situation, you no longer get that blushing, or you no longer feel insecure, or you no longer feel threatened. And so step by step, you can reduce those triggers. There's only a certain amount of things that trigger your social anxiety. And in this way, you get triggered and boom, you now release that trigger, and now you feel more confident in that situation. So that's there. Now I know that if you've been suffering for a long time, it's really hard to believe that something can actually work for you. Even if you see other people, even if you hear that it can really be done, even if you've made some little changes and transformations yourself before. That's why I want to make this totally risk-free for you. So here's my 30-day money-back guarantee set to you, looking you in the eyes on camera. Try out Create Incredible Emotional Control for 30 days, and if you're not satisfied for any reason at all, just send me an email. You can find my email on my website. It's very easy to find, socialanxietysolutions.com/contact, and tell me that you're not getting results with it, and I'll happily give you your money back. No questions, no hassle, no friction, nothing. I only want you to get results, and I only want you to pay me if you actually get the results. And I think you're going to get great results with this. You're going to be super happy with it, and so I won't be getting your email. And I also trust that if you're getting results with it, you're not going to email and be backstabbing me. And the really small percentage of people that might do that, okay, that's fine. Okay, I don't think that you're going to be that. So here we go. So to wrap up, Create Incredible Emotional Control is on sale June 10th until 23:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it has the incredible bonus of the 3-step formula to transform your social anxiety triggers into rock-solid social confidence. And it's awesome, and you're gonna be able to become a tapping pro, know what to do, know what to tap on, know what to focus on, actually reduce your social anxiety within 30 days. And you've got nothing to lose. This is a really amazing program. I'm very proud of it. I'm happy selling it to you. And so here's my little sales job to you. Hope I did a good job. Go get that program and click on the link below this video to go to the sales page where you can get all the details of the program, my money back guarantee, exactly what's in the program, why it's so awesome, and go check it out now. I'll talk to you soon.